Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So we finally have access to our new lockbox, at least you guys will when it goes live. Here we have this lockbox and we can inspect it, and it will contain this marvelous reconnaissance balloons mount. Very similar I guess to the Gas-spore mount in a way, with having those two balloons either side. We'll see exactly how it looks when we fly it around. And we've already gone through its abilities, but they're nothing special. We have the tactical reconnaissance, bonus move speed and combat advantage, and we have marvelous balloons bombardment, where you'll go and drop a bunch of treasure, basically bombing your enemies, and also make it so that they'll take increased damage. Now on top of that, it will drop this treasure which you can go and pick up, which will, when you do so, increase a random stat by 1.5%. My opinion, a bit of a gimmick. Otherwise, the only thing that else is new is this legendary class companion choice pack, and of course we do get a legendary version. So let's go and open a whole bunch of these and see what we obtain. There we go, we opened 150 of them and we finally obtained one of the legendary class companion choice packs. In this we can see we can choose to claim one of those following companions. There's quite varying of options right here, from the war boar all the way down to your green scale bowman, even including, as we've already said, the dedicated squire, which all of these companions are being on legendary and account wide. That is really good. As they have said, the dedicated squire is supposedly dealing a bit more damage than it should, so expect that to be scaled down. Hopefully not its heals, but we'll have to see. In another video, I'll go through all of these companions, testing them out. There's quite a few there, but we're gonna have to open a good few more lockboxes. That is after 150, and we haven't even obtained the legendary mount, let alone the mythic. It's unlikely the drop rates are any different. It just really depends on your luck. You could open one box and you could get the mythic mount, even though you're trying to get this legendary class companion choice back, and you might have to open 500 to get it. There we go, we got another one of those legendary companion choice packs. They'll stack on top of each other there nicely. Keep in mind these are unbound, so you'll be able to sell them, and I believe if you claim one of these companions, they'll still be unbound. So if you make the decision you actually don't want it, you can always sell it there. Ideally, just don't choose one until you're comfortable and you know which one you want to be getting. And finally, there we go. We just hit our trade bar cap. Can't be opening anymore, and after 334 keys we finally get just the legendary version, this balloons mount. We'll keep opening a bunch more and try to obtain this mythic one. Few keys later, and there we go, 353 keys, well actually 252 as I was spam clicking there, and we finally got the mythic one. So let's go and right away equip this. So we zoom out all the way and let's go and mount up, and there we go. Nothing too fancy, and we can go and zoom around on this weird mount. It definitely is a little bouncy, especially when you jump like that. Very similar to the Gas-spore mount. Not too obstructive to your view, even if you zoom in, because those strings are quite long before the balloons, and goddamn these enemies. And the balloons themselves are not actually too, massive. If you just sit still there and you press the space bar, you'll get this animation here, which is just swinging. Nothing, again, too spectacular. And you can just keep swinging back and forth. If you've got your mount bolster fully maxed out, you'll have the combat power, marvelous balloons, the bombardment, and it will have that 800 magnitude damage. We'll go to some dummies and we'll see what it looks like there, and it will also increase their incoming damage. Otherwise, you have the tactical reconnaissance. Not something I would recommend, as movement speed is generally much easier obtained through Azure enchantments. Again, this mount is account wide, so if you're on the home page here, you can click claim valuables, go to the promo, and you should be able to claim it just there. So let's go and see what this combat power actually looks like. In combat, you can go and just drop it down like that. It's a chest which is just going to spew all this treasure around. You can go around, you can pick it up, and you'll obtain those different buffs to different stats. You can see here we got awareness, we also got power. Seems to expire very fast. So one more time, let's go and see what this looks like. You have this area, you can just pop it down, and that's where you have the chest which spews out this treasure. As for how long the treasure stays, not sure, but let's pick up one of them. There we go. Pick up that one. And we should have got the buff. The treasure disappears as soon as the treasure chest is gone, so you're going to have to pick that up to gain the benefit. But again, this is just a bit of a gimmick, and the only real reason you would actually use this is if you're trying to increase the damage the target takes by that 7.5%. Well, otherwise, that's it. That's this reconnaissance lockbox. Personally, I would not buy the keys to go and open this lockbox. If you have keys from VIP, by all means open it. The main reward here is going to be, of course, this legendary class companion choice pack, where you can go and obtain any one of those following companions. We'll just go through them real quick. We have the War Boar, not a companion I would bother using. Its equip power sadly seems good, but it's generally just really small, and you're better off with just some other buff that's just going to add to all of your collective damage. The Dedicated Squire, of course, very nice, but its equip power, not really something you would run around with. The Red Slad, it's got 2 offensive stats there, accuracy and crit severity, which you can throw in a defensive stat slot, so that's pretty neat. Of course, I would recommend the Phase Spider instead of him. The Diva got that bonus critical avoidance and incoming healing. You could use it on a tank to increase the heals you take and also a bit of survivability. Your Werewolf with having a bonus incoming healing and defense. Again, another thing you could use on a tank. Hunting Hawk just has that benefit to your at-wills of increasing their damage depending on how far away you are. It's not too great since you generally want to stay up close, but I guess as a hunter, you could stay quite far away just shooting those arrows. Ironies of Belial, given that crit severity and defense, not something you generally want to go with. You either want pure offense or pure defense. And finally, the Green Scale Bowman, just having a chance on your at-wills to restore some stamina. Could use it on a tank, but again, I think it's much more beneficial to just have those raw pure stats, which are going to reduce that damage you take overall. As for running any of these as summoned, well, I'm going to go through each of them in a separate video, and that way this video doesn't end up way too long. I'm going to have to test out each of them in combat against dummies and see how effective they really are. So again, I'd like to give a massive thank you to all of my channel members for helping me keep my channel going. And if I presented this well, consider leaving the video a like. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.